the 7 last plagues, bring them as filled up the wrath of God. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his names, stand upon the sea of glass, having the harps of God. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of God, and the song of the Lamb, saying, Great and marvelous are thy works, Lord God Almighty. Just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. Who shall not fear thee, O Lord, and glorify thy name? For thou only art holy. For all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest. And after that I looked, and behold, the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in heaven was open, and the 7 angels came out of the temple, having the 7 plagues, clothed in pure and white linen, and having their breasts girded with golden girdles. And one of the 4 beasts gave unto the 7 angels 7 golden vials full of the wrath of God, who liveth forever and ever. And the temple was filled with smoke from the glory of God and from his power. And no man was able to enter into the temple till the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were fulfilled.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elder GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing, salutation, the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the 4 winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. And what I want to get into pretty much is the position that we in now. You know, it's all about surviving, you know, until Yahushua, you know, as we're on earth and we're about to go through, you know, this chaos, the persecution, the things that we're going to go through. All right. Our main objective, you know, is to survive, you know, until Yahushua. And we have to utilize this wisdom, you know, to maintain us in these times with our decision making, you know, the circumstances, all right, and wisdom, you know, this wisdom preserves us. Matter of fact, let me start there in the book of Proverbs. Hey, because there's a lot of people that's going to be making decisions based off emotions, decisions based off fear, decisions based off impulse, decisions, you know, based off lust, you know. You're going to have people making decisions based off emotion, based on what? Family, you know, their spouse. You see, that you're going to have people basing decisions off fear based on what they seeing constantly being pushed, you know, in the news and the media, you know, concerning this thing, you know. And then you're going to have people making decisions based off what? Impulse, because those decisions of fear going to make you make decisions based off impulse. And then you're going to have people making decisions based off lust because, you know, they have it real good in this society. You know, it's people that live comfortable lifestyles, you know. So it's a lot of people that's going to be put to death based on making decisions based off these things. You know, a lot of the Israelites are going to get put to death, you know, making decisions based off those particular things, such as emotions, fear, you know, impulse, and lust, man, you know. But that's why, pull it up, share the scriptures. Because when you watch, because I was just watching that movie Cell on YouTube, you know, dealing with Samuel Jackson, you know, going to our folks bugging out, you know, with the with the cell phones, which, you know, hey, there's some, you know, I can see happening, man. Because Esau's already, you know, putting his thing in people, and there's no telling, how this gonna work. But at the end of the day, when times get chaotic, that's when your decisions matter a lot, because right now in this society, you can be careless with your decision making and it really don't affect you like that, you know. But in times of chaos, you can't be all right and nonchalant, all right, and unwise in your decision making, man, because it can lead to immediate death, you know. So when you go to Proverbs chapter 2, all right, verse 10, it says, when wisdom enter into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul. And it's not talking about just any wisdom, it's talking about wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shai. And one of the key things that we have that's going to keep us stable is that we know that Yahweh Shema Shai is in full control of these situations. you know, Yahweh Shema Shai is in complete control. And we know Esau lose at the end. So it's a lot of people gonna make decisions because they think Esau, all right, is gonna be successful with this NWO. They think that this is it. Like, no, this is something they gotta accept and buy down to, you know? So us having the wisdom of prophecy, we're gonna have the edge in decision making. You see, because we know how it play out. That's why Apostle Hart is always heavy on brothers to do what? Push prophecy, man. Because understanding the prophecy gives us a major advantage when it comes to our decision making, man. And we have to have faith, all right, in what's written. Verse 2 said, discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. Let's get that word preserve and see if it give us some. Let's get this word preserve. All right. Would you go in the Hebrew word is shamar. All right. And it says to keep, to guard, all right, to watch, to wait for, to observe, to keep, to retain, to treasure up. Hey, so what's happening is this wisdom is pretty much guarding us, man. Because look how many people, based off fear, based off social intimidation, have went and made an impulsive decision that could be very detrimental in the near future, man, by going and dealing with Vanessa, man. But wisdom is preserving us, man. Even when it gets real hard, even when they put more pressure on the people that haven't complied, this wisdom is gonna preserve us to know not to give in, because eventually favor gonna kick in. Eventually favor will kick in. It's just a thing of enduring until it do. So that's why we just gotta survive until Yahweh Shai, man. Because when Yahweh Shai comes, it's gonna be all good, man. We're gonna be changed at the twinkling of an eye. The militaries of these nations gonna be destroyed. We just gotta survive up until that point, and it's gonna be our faith, all right. And then faith is gonna govern what our decision making. A lot of people gonna die because, like, you watch that movie Cell, like, which with all these, end of the world scenario movies, you have a main character trying to do what? Trying to scavenge the city to try to find, his family, try to find somebody, But no, man. Hey, when this thing goes down, man, wherever we at, man, it's gonna be all about surviving. We might get separated from our family, man. All right. But guess what? We know it's a higher power working. And either he's gonna judge, or he's gonna preserve them. But at the end of the day, it's out of our control, because these people, they're, scavenging the city to try to go find their loved ones, as if, the judgment is in their hand. No, you see, it's all up to Yahweh Shema Shai what happened, man. But let's go from there. Let's get the book of Colossians. Get the book of Colossians chapter 3. in verse 1. It says, if you then be risen with Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Yahweh Shah sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. Set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth. And what we're seeing is people making decisions based on things of the earth. You see, this job is of this society, the jobs that we got. This is not something that's gonna be perpetual. You know, these cars, these houses, these are things of this society, of this current earth. You know, because especially here in America, this whole continent is gonna be destroyed by nuclear missiles. You see, so we have our affections on things above, man. As men, it should be on rulership, man, of the whole earth, man. You know, who gives a damn how, you know, what happens to America, to the people in America? We finna go home. This ain't even our home, man. You know, so our affections is on things above now, man. You know, and our decision making is based on getting the hell out of here, man. No matter who with it, all right, who fall to the wayside, you know, who choose the beast. No, they don't matter, man. All right, we ain't coming this far, all right, to hold people hand to the finish line. No, they gotta be fully persuaded and they need to move, all right, with faith, man. If they ain't doing that, we moving on. Verse 3 says, for ye are dead, and your life is hid with Yahweh Shai and the Most High. Yeah, so pretty much we dead to these things anyway. All right, like I say, people are making these decisions because this society is all they know. This is their life. You know, they can't see existing without a particular job. They can't see existing, you know, without a spouse or their family. They can't see existing, you know, without being able to go out, you know, to have access to the city and all these different things, because they're not dead to this world. But us being dead, that's going to play into our advantage, man. That's really much being dead is really like a survival tactic, you know, just like a possum or play dead, you know, as a way of, you know, keeping away certain, you know, predators. Wait, well, we're in the spirit, we're playing dead, man, you know, and that's preserving us, man. That's going to preserve us. Why? Because it's going to, you know, alter our decision making and to choose all right, Yahweh Shai, man, you know. And it says, verse 4, it says, when Yahweh Shai, who is our life, shall appear, then shall he also appear with him in glory. You see, when he shall appear, then that's when we're going to get the glory. But all we have to do is survive until he come. And that's going to be what? Through decision making. And then the deal that the elect had is so full of proof. You know, even in death, all right, we still will take part in his second coming, man. You know, those that have to lay down their lives, and we'll get it. Matter of fact, let's get that in Revelation 2, and then we'll get that one. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 25. It said, but that which you already have, hold fast till I come. You know, so it's all about enduring until Yahweh Shai comes. Hold fast till he come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation. And that's part of that glory that the Lord is going to set us up, you know, over these nations, man. Have complete power over these nations, man. Sovereignty over these nations. That's part of the glory that's to come. You know, we're going to be changed at the twinkling of an eye. You know, even those that die for the testimony of Yahweh Shai, you know, guess what? Let's get it. The scriptures say it better, you know, when you get Revelation 14. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse. All right. You see that one say doom for worshipers of the beast, man. You be through. All right. Well, when you get let me see, might be 16. Okay, here. This is on Revelation. All right, 14 and 13. So I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, right, blessed are the dead which die, all right, in the Lord from henceforth. Yeah, so if we die because of what we believe, even this, you know, a way of being preserved. Because guess what? Those men, all right, even if women have to die, all right, for the belief of Yahushua, all right, we're just going back to the spirit world until Yahushua comes back, you know, and we'll be on those chariots at his return, man. So even that's a way of being preserved, you know, until the second coming, man. So it's full proof, you know, for the elect. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yes, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them. So it's a foolproof plan. You see, it's a foolproof plan, man. You know, and all is centered around Yahweh Shah. All right, whether we live, all right, the scriptures say whether we live to Yahweh Shah, or whether we die in Yahweh Shah. I believe there's Romans, the 14th chapter. Let's see. This is on Romans 14 and 7. It says, for none of us liveth to himself, and no man dieth to himself. Yeah, hey, because our life, you know, is for the purpose of the nation. Now, see, now we're operating as a nation. See, the elect, all right, are in the earth operating as a nation. You know, the elect of Yahweh by Shema Shai is in the earth right now operating as a nation. So we don't live for ourselves like this society, you know, get you, get yours. No, our life, you know, the men of the Lord, our life is for the benefit of the nation. You know, we don't live to ourselves, you know, just to please and benefit ourselves. No, it's to the nation, man. The elect, the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, you know, and no man died to himself. For whether we live unto the Lord, and whether we die unto the Lord. Whether we live, therefore die, we are the Lord's. You see? So at the end of the day, the elect have a foolproof plan in this thing, man. It's all about enduring, because we got to endure to the point to even to be able to, you know, die for Yahushua. You know? That's why we can't be out here reckless, man. We know the times that we gotta keep things simple. Stay out these people way. You know, like the exhortation been going out, man. This is not our fight. All right, dealing with these people, you know, dealing with Vanessa, man. They want to argue because it's gonna get bloody over there soon, man. Hey, but we have the wisdom to fall back and let these people have it about their fallen society, man. Their failing society, man. You see? Because remember, man, we're like the kings on the table, on the chessboard. And right now, the pawns finna go with it, you know, because basically it's the house of David versus the elites of Esau Edom, you know. And right now, we're watching the pawns, you know, they getting riled up to go with it, man. You know, we have the wisdom to fall back and let them go with it, man. You see? So, let's go from there, because the scripture always talk about that remnant. You know, I had typed in, put it in. All right, you get that word remnant. Pull a couple of scriptures of dealing with the remnant. Now, when you go to Isaiah 1 and 9, and it says, except the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. Yeah, so the remnant, all right, is what the Lord is utilizing in these times. All right. Because through the remnant, the rest of the nation will be preserved. But see, right now it's all about, you know, that remnant. Let's get that word remnant. All right, and you see, when you get that word remnant in the Hebrew, all right, it's Shara, Sharar Wad. All right. Sharar Wad. Shawad. Yeah, that's it. Shawad. All right. Now, when you go to it, what does it say? It says a survivor, remnant, that which is left, a survivor. You see? The remnant, the survivors of what? This chaos, man. Because if there wasn't a remnant whom the Lord put the Spirit on to repent, and have faith, all right, and the Lord would just come through and destroy the whole nation of Israel. But there's a remnant who He's pulled out, of the darkness, and brought us into the light. All right, so we can be the survivors of this chaos, man. Even in death, guess what? You died in your house shot, you're still a survivor because you're coming right back, man. You're just resting from your labors, So let's get a couple more precepts dealing with remnant. All right. So reading on. I think this in Isaiah 10 and 20. Yep. It says Isaiah 10 and 20, it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant, all right, the survivors of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, all right. And then is what is that speaking of? When it said we shall no more again stay, because the word stay goes into depend, all right, upon him that smote us, man. All right, and who is that? Esau, Edom. So there's gonna come a time when the remnant, the survivors of Israel, are not going to be dependent on Esau, Edom. And a lot of people gonna die depending on this man's pseudo salvation, man, because he's pushing his technology, all right, and his medicine is salvation. There's a lot of people, a lot of Israelites is gonna depend on that, and they're gonna be through. All right, it's gonna be a lot of slim thug minded Israelites that's gonna have that mind frame, and they're gonna be through. It says, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, the Holy One of Israel in truth. So it's gonna come a time where we're gonna be directly dependent on Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, man, for survival. It's gonna be through how He intervenes is how we gonna eat. Through how He, protects us is how we gonna survive, man. You see? So we come to a transition where pretty much we're being weaned off this system, and we're gonna be attached directly to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, man. Verse 21, it said the remnant shall return. What the remnant, the survivors, all right, shall do what? Repent. Even the remnant Jacob unto the mighty power. Yeah, so we gonna return. We're returning fully back unto our power, man. All right. Verse 22 says, for though thy people Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant, or you can put yet the survivors of them shall return. The conception decreed, all right, shall overflow with righteousness. Yeah, because the majority, all right, is going to be wiped out, man. They're not going to survive, man. Because of what, man? They never came into Yahweh Shah. You see? They never came into Yahweh Shah and became dead to this world, man. So they're going to make decisions to do what? Try to save, their lives, man. All right? So let's go, let's go from there. We want to be part of this surviving, class of Israel, man. The Jeremiah 23 and 3, and it says, and I will gather the remnant, all right, and the survivors of my flock out of all the countries would I have driven them, and I will bring them again to their foes, and they shall be fruitful and increase, man. He's gonna bring us back to our land, all right, the elect, their remnant, and we're gonna be fruitful and increase, letting you know, all right, men gonna have wives, all right, many wives to do what, man? To be fruitful and increase for nation building, man. All right, let you know there's gonna be sex in the kingdom, man. All right. So yeah, man. As I'm see what y'all got on the comment board. All right, this the brother Yashama tribe of Judah. This is Matthew 24:13. Said, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Yep. You know, now we're in a time where, you know, we gotta really lock in, man. You know, our decision making gotta be centered around salvation, man. You know, we're in the point of the game now where we can't be lackadaisical out here, man. You know, you gotta have some keen spiritual, you know, decision making. All right, this is brother Nadav 23. This is on Isaiah 37:31 through 32, and it says, "And the remnant that is escaped of the house of Jacob shall again take root downward and bear fruit upward. As the Lord finna plant a nation, you know, with the remnant. See, the remnant, that's going to be whom the Lord, all right, is going to plant the nation of Israel. Those are the survivors whom the Lord is going to use to plant the nation of Israel. You know, when they say take root downward, which means what? We're going to be established. You know, when something takes root, that means it's established, man. And bear fruit upward. We're going again, how we're going to bear fruit? Through active sex, man. You know, it said, for out of Jerusalem shall go forth a remnant, and they that escape, all right, out of Mount Zion, the zeal of Yahweh of hosts shall do this, man. That beautiful precept. That was a banger there, bro. I gotta remember that one. We're gonna take root downward and bear fruit upward, man. Man, I can't wait to get there, man. But this ain't it, man. I can't wait to get there, man. We're gonna be established in righteousness, man. You know, and get to enjoy family, man. Bear fruit upward. This Isaiah 13:15 said, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Yep, everyone that's joined to who? This system. And see, Esau was joining you to his system through technology, man. Your trust in technology is joining you to this system, man. You see? Your trust in this technology is joining you to this system, and you're gonna be thrust through. All right, whether it be through gun violence or, you know, the ultimate sword, that missile, man. All right. But yeah, that's pretty much the point, you know. Just want to bring that out real quick, man. You know, hey, it's all about surviving, you know, until Yahweh Shai, man. You know, and even in death, the believers that die in Yahweh Shai will be preserved until Yahweh Shai, man. So it's all about surviving to Yahweh Shai, because when he comes, that's when it's gonna be all good, man. You know, everything gonna be all good, man. So center your decision making, move things out the way, make the adjustments, you know, because we need to survive until Yahweh Shai. So Lord will is edifying. Till next time I say Shalom, Kwam Yasha Allah, Bible, Ball, DTA soon.